as our final theme, looking back at the summer in review. And so I thought the easiest way to examine my summer would be to cover all of my personal failures. Number 1, the biggest failure, my physics failure. This is the physics textbook I got in June to make sure that I could get a lot of the work done this summer and not have to deal with it this semester. I opened this textbook and saw that every single chapter was the same thing. Getting more and more complicated equations to describe weirder and weirder situations with magnets sitting around. I can't motivate myself to just plug in equations that are time-consuming equations just for the sake of time-consuming equations. This is the first book I started to read this summer. I was going to look at a bunch of different poets and read a lot of their body of their work to prepare for JPO. And you see, this book, the first book on my summer reading list, is only halfway done. That's not to say I didn't do a lot of reading this summer. I did. There are a lot more books that I started and never finished for a myriad of reasons. And so I will peg my summer reading as a failure. This is the short story collection that I submitted to the second volume of. Now you may be thinking, Rob, you finished that short story. You have a very tiny chance of being published. Isn't that a major success in your life? But, on the other hand, I planned on finishing and submitting 3 stories, and I finished one, got nowhere near complete either of the other 2. So that was a failure. Another big project was getting into the whole correspondence gig, because I really think the fact that people no longer leave physical artifacts of themselves behind when they die, that it's all electronic, and the data will eventually just be lost, is really, really terrible. And so I tried to strike up some correspondences with various individuals, some of whom are on this channel, and as they can tell you, I failed. I sent 1, maybe 2 letters to each person I had intended on writing to this entire summer. I even think all of them featured the same topic because I had nothing really to say. And though the main topic of each letter was probably, if I recall, like weird half-awake dreams that have happened this summer, I think I included a different dream in every letter, so that was maybe a success. No, still complete failure. Though there is one project this summer that I, in the end, would consider an undeniable success. And that's this one. This summer's project has gone so much better than our first attempt. Like, our first attempt was a good jumping off point at trying to handle recurring YouTube-like thing, but we stumbled often. And our lineup this year, many individuals in which had never done something like this before, on the most part, we performed incredibly admirably. We had very few problems, very few reasons for punishment, very few hiccups. All in all, go team, you successfully accomplished a summer's worth of entertaining, YouTubular, video-ness stuff. So, give yourself a pat on the back, and go hip hip hooray, or however it is that you people celebrate. And yeah, I'll see you all in about a week.